I felt like I was crazy thinking my boyfriend is booby-trapping our apartment, but now after finding something that might prove it, I have no idea how to confront him. My boyfriend Alex, 29M, and I, 27F, have been together for 2 years and living together for less than 6 months. I would say that we have a fairly average relationship. We make each other really happy most of the time, but we do have our ups and downs. I am honestly so conflicted in writing this post because I feel a little insane even thinking about the possibility of him trying to hurt me intentionally. We've been fighting a lot lately because of our conflicting work schedules. I'm currently in my intern year of residency, doing a night float month, so I'm at work from 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. roughly. He works during the daytime, regular hours as a CS engineer, and we haven't spent a lot of quality time together in several weeks because of the lack of overlap. I'm basically going to work just as he's getting home, and vice versa. I have never had any issues with physical abuse from him. He has raised his voice at me on more than one occasion, but he's always apologized, and it's been during very stressful times in our lives. His dad passed away last year, and our dog was unalived in an accident on the street shortly thereafter. Recently though, things have been happening in our apartment that makes me feel a little crazy. I've been getting hurt a lot, and Alex keeps reprimanding me that I need to be more careful and not be so clumsy, but honestly it feels like it's not me, but that things are being done, moved, or placed on purpose. About 3 days ago I came home from work and was preparing something to eat in the kitchen, right after he left for work and I was getting ready to sleep. I opened up one of our kitchen cupboards and the heavy door flew off one of the hinges and smacked me in the head. I have a huge goose egg and a giant bruise near my hairline, enough that several coworkers have asked me about what happened. I honestly think I had a very mild concussion from it based on my symptoms this week. But the reason it really messed me up was because as I tried to put the door back together, I couldn't find the hinge or 3 screws anywhere afterward. They should have been on the floor or the counter or somewhere I could at least find some pieces of it, but they weren't. This morning when I got home from work and I was getting ready to go to bed, I opened up Alex's underwear drawer to get a pair of socks to wear to bed, and there were the screws, the hinge, and the screwdriver. Last week I got up in the middle of my sleep schedule to use the bathroom, and I slammed my shin into the edge of our bed. There was always enough room for me to shimmy by, but later on, when I looked at the bed and my leg, there were carpet marks like the bed had been shifted about 12 inches towards the wall, making my space much smaller. I honestly feel insane even thinking about bringing this up with him, but I don't know what to do. Top comments. Commenter, judging in my 10 years with a narcissistic psycho, you're not crazy. Start writing these incidents down, take pictures, etc. and keep it all logged somewhere he doesn't have access, your phone, in case it escalates. Having proof will mean a huge difference if you ever end up having to go to the cops. Also, taking picture records just for yourself will help you maintain your sanity. Upload them to a secure, hidden cloud account your programmer boyfriend doesn't know about. Frankly, he sounds like a freaking psycho from what you've written here. I could never forgive someone for hurting me like that. Sure, he didn't punch you, but is it really that different? I mean, he wanted a giant heavy piece of wood to fall on your face. Commenter number 2, there is no good reason for those hinges and screws to be in his underwear drawer. Nor for moving the bed. Something is decidedly wrong here. It's time to pay attention. 2 incidents are bad enough, you don't want to suffer another. While he's not around, take advantage. Search. Examine those things you use often for signs like these. Find anything which confirms your suspicions, bail on this relationship. Update, 9 days later. Hello all, I just want to start off by saying thank you to everyone who messaged me with advice and input about my last post here. Like the title states, I suspected my boyfriend was booby-trapping our apartment for some unknown reason and gaslighting me, and I was right. Literally just 2 days after I posted, our shower head came loose and sprung off at me and smacked me in the back of the head, and due to the water pressure, I needed 8 stitches to close the wound. I texted my boyfriend about what had happened, and that I needed to go into work for stitches. I'm a resident, and he was way too nonchalant. He asked if I had bumped it or anything to cause it coming off. I'd had enough at that point. I wasn't going to ask him about the things that were happening, I was just going to move out, before I ended up dead like many of you made it a strong point in the comments. I made a plan that on Thursday I would have a friend come over as soon as Alex left the apartment to help me pack my things and leave. I was worried about any potential cameras he may have hidden after reading your comments, so I took someone's advice and flipped the breaker and turned off the power in our apartment. Well, about 3 hours into packing up, Alex came home. In the 6 months that we've lived together, I swear he has never once come home for lunch, so there must have been a camera planted somewhere with an external power source. He doesn't even pretend to waltz through the door, he bursts open and gets furious and asks what the hell we are doing. Not sad, not confused, straight up angry. That was the only sign I needed. All I said was I know about the cabinet, and the bed, and the dresser, you watching me, and my jewelry, and it's done. We're done. He responded with the standard "you're freaking insane, you're crazy, this is insane, etc. etc. At this point I am seriously thinking, am I going to end up on a Dateline NBC episode? I yelled to my friend in the next room that she needed to call the police to come supervise while we finished packing. Alex decided to take this moment to call the police and claim that I was insane and stealing things from our apartment. 2 officers rolled up within what seemed like only a minute and came straight upstairs. I explained that I was moving out, and there was abuse. I wasn't interested in pressing charges, but they needed to supervise and file a report for documentation. I ended up finishing packing and then spending nearly an hour down at the police station hashing everything out with the officer who arrived first. I took personal leave from work for the second half of last week, and tomorrow is my first day back. I'm staying with a friend right now until I move in with another resident near our hospital in about 2 weeks. Overall, I'm really relieved to be out of the situation, but I'm generally still pretty afraid of Alex and anything he might try to do in the future. Out of an abundance of caution, I took both my iPhone, iPad, and laptop to the Apple Store and had them do hard resets and wipes just in case he had planted anything, as he kind of specializes in that sort of field. I'm not sure how I should be feeling right now, but I'm just going to say that for anyone out there questioning whether your situation is abusive or not, go with your gut and trust your friends and family. I literally felt like I was going insane thinking he could have been doing all this.